first step is the phone call. So we give all businesses, all of the research we've done, we give them a call first to basically ask permission to move on to step 2, which is to shoot a video and send that video over via email, pointing out what is harming their business. Now, this is technically a cold call because you are going to be calling them out of the blue. I'm not going to lie about that. But what I want to point out here, guys, is this is the quickest and only way we can do this. And again, although this is an optional step, as I mentioned in the guide, I highly recommend it. You will get a much higher success rate by doing this step first. Although it is a cold call, we're not here to sell anything. We're not going to be pushing anything. And again, all we're doing is asking for permission. So we're doing it the right way. And that is very important to point out. Now, there are several reasons we do it this way. Firstly, it is essential for gatekeeper-style businesses. Now, step 1 here in the call, if you are calling up, say, for example, restaurants, the restaurant niche is a great niche to target for this particular strategy. What you're going to find is when you call up specific restaurants, any type of restaurants, depending on how big they are, in fact, it doesn't really matter, even the smaller restaurants are the same, you are going to hit some form of gatekeeper, whether it is a member of staff who answers the phone, whether it is a receptionist who takes reservations, whatever it may be, you are unlikely to get the owner of that restaurant. So it is essential to call up first to get the gatekeeper. Although you may think that it's hard because we're going to have to get around them, we don't necessarily have to get around the gatekeeper. We can get permission off the gatekeeper to send them an email. Again, emails are easily discarded. By calling up first, we get to introduce ourselves to the gatekeeper as well, rather than just send an email off blind that just looks very hype and marketing style. If you do that, again, you're probably going to suffer from your email being discarded in some way. It is also essential sometimes to grab emails too. Now, this is very important, and this is probably one of the key points of actually doing the first step before you actually dive into that second step in the video. What you're going to find is the majority of businesses we actually target here, and when we find a potential target online, as I showed you in the first couple of videos, and we do our research, you're going to find 9 out of 10 times the businesses we are going to target with this strategy do not have a website. That is why they are not appearing on the top page in the first place. The odd time we're going to find SEO targets where they have a website but they've not optimized it properly. But the majority of times you're finding businesses that are yet to get a website. Now, the problem with this is, in the majority of cases, you're not going to be able to find an email or contact form for these businesses online because they don't have a website. So you may find the odd email on, an odd business directory. Some business directories provide those. Or you may find an odd email on, say, a business card if you find business cards offline to target, another prime area to target. Or you may find an email on a classified site as well if you tap into those. So, but the majority of times you are not going to find an email online. So it is essential you call them up first to get an actual email to send a video to. So you're probably going to have to do this step either way. But again, you will get a much higher success rate by doing this step first. It is not a cold call as we know it. We're not there to sell anything. We're not there to interrupt them and try and push web design or SEO services onto them. We are just asking them permission to send them a video showing them something that could be harming their business and is in fact harming their business every single day. They are going to want to see that. That is what happens. Now, we need to be short and sweet with the phone call. There's no need to overcomplicate things. I'm going to go into more detail on how to actually run the phone call and what to say in just a moment. Now, why do we do this? Now, it is optional, as I mentioned, but highly recommended. There are several reasons we do this aside from just grabbing the email and name of the actual business owner. We need to stand out from the usual emails. We are not the only marketers out there that are going to send an email over with the intention of eventually generating that business owner into a potential paying client. There are many other business owners doing the exact same thing. Many other marketing firms, web design agencies, SEO specialists, not just in your local area, but UK wide. Me, for example, in the UK, I cover the whole UK. I have clients all over. I'm not the only one doing that. There are people in every area of the UK, working with clients in every other area. So even though you may be in a local area and it might be a small area and you think, well, there's not many web design or SEO specialists in this area, I'm okay. you're wrong. You will be getting, all of these businesses in your area will be getting targeted from the entire country. So again, there are many people emailing these businesses, offering them all types of things. This strategy alone, Offline Review Hero, is going to make you stand out like a sore thumb, which is the key. We need to grab the owner's attention. But again, calling up first is going to give you that head start. You need to introduce yourself, have contact with them, the business owner or the gatekeeper. Then we are remembered. So when we do send that email, they know to expect that email. If they're expecting the email, they won't delete it. They will look at that video. If they're not expecting the email, they're going to wonder, what the hell that video is. What is that email? I don't know what this is. I'm not expecting, I've not been expecting an email of this type. I'll just delete that. I won't even bother watching the video. It must be a marketing ploy. So that is what happens. So that is again why it's very important we contact up front first. Again, it isn't a sales call. It is simply to ask for permission. That is all we need to do on this call. If you do it properly, you keep it short and sweet. Every single call you make, you will get permission to send that email across. The reason you will get permission is, number one, business owners will want to see exactly what it is you are going on about. What's harming my business. And number two, business owners will want to get you off the phone. They may be busy. Again, they may think it's a marketing trick. So yeah, send an email over, no problem. Send it to this. But because you've called, even if they think that, they will watch that video when they see it. So that's the key point. Now, as far as the phone call actually goes, here's the phone call outline we're going to be looking at. Now, we want to introduce ourselves, which is obviously important. We want to do this as personally as possible. Now, I don't mean, calling up and saying, hi, my name's Jamie Garside. I love, going to the gym. I love watching football. I'm not talking about, that personal here. All we're going to be doing is introducing ourselves as a person and not as a salesperson. What I mean by that is, in there's certain ways you can do it. You could call up, you could run a business. Say, for example, my business was called Jamie's Marketing. I could call up and go, hi, I'm calling from Jamie's Marketing. How are you doing today? Okay. Or I could call up and say, hi, how are you doing? Just to introduce myself, my name is Jamie Garside. I'm actually calling from Jamie's Marketing. It's a company I actually run myself locally in Manchester. Those two are completely different. Just calling up and saying, hi, I'm calling from Jamie's Marketing screams I am a salesperson just about to sell you marketing. Calling up and introducing myself personally as Jamie Garside. I run the company Jamie's Marketing. Yes, it does have still the sales ring to it, but again, I'm introducing myself personally. It's a lot different. So that is important. If you don't have a business, don't make a business name up. Just call up as yourself. That is even better. If you're yet to set up a business, or if you don't want to actually introduce your business as a whole at this point, by all means, just call up and say, hi, how are you doing? My name is Jamie Garside. I live locally in Manchester. That's it, done. They will listen to you because they're not expecting a sales pitch. So you can go about it either which way you want. Just don't call up as if, calling from a company and have no personality in there whatsoever. You need to explain where you found them and explain why you were calling. We need to be very brief at this point. I'm going to show you an example in a moment. But the main focus is on explaining to the business owner that you've called because you have found something or seen something that is potentially harming their business or is harming their business every single day. And they may not be aware of this. So we've got to keep it brief and ask them and basically explain, what I've done is actually shot a video to show you this. Is it okay if I sent you that video? You can check this out for yourself. This isn't a joke. This isn't me, making this up. I can send a video to you right now and you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, so explain what it is you have for them, why you were calling, but where you found them as well. And ask if you can send it to them. So we've asked for permission there. 9 times out of 10 times they'll just say, yeah, no problem, yeah, send it over. And again, ask for their full name and email if it's the business owner. If you were speaking to a gatekeeper, say, okay, can I have the business owner's name and their direct email? They may not give you that, but it's always worth asking because in some cases you will get that. So that's what we're looking at here. So as far as that goes, as I say, 9 out of 10 times they're going to say yes. They may ask for more information. What do you mean? What's harming my business? What are you calling about? Or what you're trying to sell or along those lines. Again, I'm going to talk about that in a moment and how to handle that. But that is an outline of the actual phone call. It's very simple, guys, and there is no way or no need, should I say, to overcomplicate this whatsoever. Now, I'm just going to run through an example outline here. If I called up a business, say for example, I'll just go with the name Jamie's Marketing, that's my company. Let's say, for example, I'm targeting a business called Go Getters Restaurant, and I found them online. They've got one of those bad reviews on the top page that I showed you in the previous videos. It's a target, so I'm now going to ask for permission and start my approach. So this is basically how I would go about the phone call. So I would call up and I would say something along the lines of, "Hi there, my name is Jamie Garside. I'm calling from a company called Jamie's Marketing, which I actually run myself locally in the Manchester area. Now, the reason I've called yourselves there at Go Getters Restaurant is I actually came across your restaurant today on Google. I was actually looking for a place to go out and have some food tonight in the Manchester area. I came across your restaurant. I typed your company name in online, and something struck me which was quite alarming, or will be alarming to you. Basically, there's a couple of listings on the top page of Google right now that are potentially harming your business, and I don't know if you're aware of this or not. What I wanted to do, or what I have done at this point, is I actually shot a video just showing you what this is. Basically explaining what these listings are and why they're harming your business right now, every single day, may I add as well. And I'm just calling up now just to see if it would be possible to send this video over to you. I can fire it over via email now, and you can check it out for yourself. Would that be okay? And that's it. Okay, now at that point, because I've been very brief, I may get a yes. If I do, I would then go on to say, okay, no problem. So who do I send the email to? Is it yourself that's the business owner, or can I get the owner's name and email? They will give you it and send it to whoever they give you. At this point, though, you may also get, as I mentioned, a "What do you mean? What do you mean harming my business?" or what is it you're calling about? Again, I want to try and keep things brief, but I would explain exactly what it is. So I would say, well, basically, as I say, I was looking for a place to eat tonight in Manchester. I came across your restaurant, so I thought I'd type your business name in, check out your menu and stuff on your website. I don't know if you've got a website or not. It doesn't seem so, but anyway, that's not what I'm calling about initially. What it is on the top page of Google right now. There is a couple of reviews. They're really bad reviews, or bad reviews. And every time you type your company name in, these reviews are coming up literally on the top of Google there. So everybody is reading these reviews, and in turn is likely going to be put off booking a table at your restaurant or visiting your restaurant. Now, not many, I mean, this happens to a lot of restaurants, in the UK, in every area, in Manchester as well. And a lot of restaurant owners like yourself, or restaurateurs, are unaware that this is actually happening to their business and how this could be harming their business. So what I've actually done is I've just put a video together showing you this. Okay, so it's not just me making this up, or a joke. Again, I've put a video together to show you this, and I just wanted to get your permission without just firing an email over, just to see if I can send that to you. You can check it out for yourself, and ultimately how you can get around or overcome the issues with the reviews there, and explain why it is harming your business. So is that okay? Again, that's how I would go around it. Again, it was a little bit long-winded there, but again, I'm off the cuff, if you will. So again, that is basically the phone call outline. And as long as you lead to the name and email, you focus. Don't try and think you need to keep things hidden from the business owner. You don't. Even if you explain what it is that you found, they're still likely going to want to watch the video, because you're going to show them, as I explained, how they can potentially overcome that. But again, you're just explaining what it is you found, and as long as you stay personal, guys, and obviously let them speak as well. If they want to, butt in at any point and ask you a question, ask you any more, just answer them honestly and say, "Look, I did put a video together. Can I send you it?" That's all I'm asking. You can check the email out for yourself and see, what it is I'm saying and how this is harming your business, which is why I called. And that's all you need to do. You get a name and an email, and that is step one done. We do not need to overcomplicate it. And as I've just explained there very quickly, in less than 30-40 seconds, you can explain who you are, where you found their business, why it is you are calling, and what you need from them permission to send an email. Grab their name and email, and we're done and moving on to the next one. Again, every phone call is going to be different. That's important to point out. They're not all going to run as smoothly as each other, but most of the time you are going to get a "yeah, no problem, send it over." You can grab a name and an email right there and then and fire it over. If they ask for more details, what do you mean, etc., etc., just explain what it is that you found, and you just want to, do the good thing to show them you've put a video together to check out. They can do it in their own time. You can just send that over via email right now. So again, you do that and you are going to get permission to send it over. I've not mentioned anything about web design. I've not mentioned anything about SEO. I've not mentioned anything about me trying to sell anything. I'm just offering to help them, and I'm asking for permission to help them, basically. Okay, so that's all we need to do with step one.